Okay. Hello. Um, Day quattro. As you can see, it's almost 1 p.m. I ended up recording like an hour earlier today, and then I realized how messy everything was. And there was so much of like me just messaging people, and like it was it was a I just stopped recording because there was just uh a lot going on that just wasn't me coding or doing anything. Um, So starting now, I've been literally coding from 8 a.m. to noon, and then I took a little break right now, and now I'm back. So I want to take my mind off that stuff. So right here, I already put down earlier what I wanted to do. And so I did. This is actually done. Um, this is done. Just have to hook up hook up the add to cart from product page. This not done, sadly. This needs to be tested and cleaned up, then add comments. Yeah. So, um, what was I talking about? Um, I just Let us talk about yesterday and this morning. Like a recap. So, how I said I wanted to apply to stuff on Sunday and I didn't. Yesterday, I only applied to two places. So today, ideally, what I think I'm gonna do, I don't think today's gonna be long. I think today's only gonna be like an hour or so, maybe a little more. And then I'm gonna go to the gym and then come back and then do a lot of applications, take a break, and then I have to work on this again because we have 2 more days until, well, today, tomorrow, and then the morning, and then we have to present. Um, so that's that. Next Thursday is my discrete math final. So I need to start working because I am behind, like badly in that class. Um, so I mean, honestly, I think I'll do the advent of code every day, and then it'll just be discrete math. So that way it'll still be coding every day, but then like 3 or 4 hours of discrete math. Because I need to put in a lot of work for that. And then yeah, so the goal for today is just to do the advent of code, and then um, last time I did the second to last linked list problem, so we'll do the last one today, and then look at the first tree one. I mean, probably still do it, but I haven't done any LeetCode problems with trees, so looking in just to how you do that and what that even means. Yeah, I mean, I know what a tree is, but I don't know like I've never actually like traversed a tree in code. So yeah. So so advent of code. Day three. Let's pull this up. Um and stop this. Day three. Our computers are having issues, so I have no idea if we have any chief historians in stock. You're welcome to check the warehouse, though, says the mildly flustered shopkeeper at the North Pole Toboggan Rental Shop. The historians head out to take a look. The shopkeeper returns to you any chance. You can see why our computers are having issues again. The computer appears to be trying to run a program, but its memory, your input, is corrupted. All the instructions have been jumbled. It seems like the goal of the program is just to multiply some numbers. It does that with the instructions like multiply x and y, where x and y are each 1 to 3 digit numbers. For instance, multiply 46 multiplies 44 by 46 for a result of 2024. Similarly, yeah. However, because the program's memory has been corrupted, there are also many invalid characters that should be ignored, even if they look like part of the instruction. Sequences like multiply 4 star, multiply. Do nothing. Okay, so if there's spaces, if there's any special characters, or if there's no, for example, consider the section of corrupted memory. Xmol. Only the 4 highlighted sections are real. So this is good. Don't care about any of this. So all we're doing is trying to pick out the mul bracket. So I'm guessing this is just pattern matching, right? This is just pattern matching to mul bracket. That's weird. I'm guessing so like the mul bracket, comma bracket, we can pattern match pretty easily. But the differencing numbers, I would assume it has to be something like we could do like a test of like doing like a split of like taking between this and the comma, taking the value and then multiplying it by something. And if there's no error, then it's probably valid. If there is an error, it's not valid. So having like a try catch that if it does get a catch, then we're not good. And if it actually goes through with an integer multiplication, we're good, right? Um, right. I would assume that's a pretty okay approach to this. Um, so let's add this to Advent of Code Day 3. Data and mul mul mul.py. Okay. Okay. So it would be like that's valid, but none of this is valid. So it has to be. This is weird. I wonder actually how you'd go through, but go about this. So I mean, can I do something like, is it a for with? No, with open. With open data.text. Read as file for line and file print line. Uh, okay. So like I can just get like this to the end of this from is just a line, right? Um, uh, print if this is kind of stupid what I'm doing here, but um, count equals 0. If count equals 0, print line count plus equals 1, There's probably a much easier way to just print the first line, but interesting. This goes to why can't I control F this page? Interesting. So, I mean, I don't think doing this line by line changes quite literally anything. So I wouldn't actually go line by line for this. Um, I mean, I guess there's like the sliding window thing, right? No, there's not. Never mind. Oh, wait, didn't it say it'd be between three digits? So maybe. Okay, well, we know a max, we know a min. I mean, what I'm thinking is it's like, okay, if we know like the minimum is going to be 8 characters and the maximum would be 12, then we can have a sliding window that starts at like 8, right? And checks. Are these first things matching this? No. I guess match any of these patterns. That can't be it. Let me look at different ways to traverse a file in Python. No. I mean, this has to be like some type of like, has to be some type of pattern recognition. I was trying to think. So, like, my first original idea was um, if you had a window that went over 8, that went over 8 different characters, right? And it had to match, like, this had to match, no matter what, these first characters have to be this, right? No matter what. So if you did something where you like you went through on a 4 character basis, right? And you didn't do anything until you got something that matched these 4 characters. And then once you match those 4 characters, you then check, you know, is the next character an integer? Like if you did like a 2 int for this character and multiplied it by something, would you get a valid integer? If yes, then add that to number one, array one of like a number, and then you go to the next one and it's like, is it a comma or is it a number? And you just keep checking until you get to a comma. This is so brute force, by the way. There's definitely an easier answer to this. but then you just keep going through until you get two numbers or you don't get two numbers. Because if at any point before you get to a comma, it's not an integer, then this isn't valid and you just keep moving by that for chunk, right? How to go through a file character by character Python. File equals open while one character equals file dot read one. Wait, what? So our file equals this as read. Whoa. And then while okay, that syntax is kind of crazy. So file dot read one just reads one character off in the file. Wait, what happens if you do four? It reads off four at a time. But is this is like four, four, four. So what if you wanted to read off five, but then only move forward one, right? This code prints five characters at once from a file, then goes to the next five. What if I wanted to read first five and then only go one character over? Seek. What is Python seek? Python seek. Seek is a function used to change the position of a file handle given a specific. File handle is like a cursor, defines where the data has to be read. Okay. So here, if you open up the file and you do fseek 20, code is like humor. Oh, so it just starts reading off from there. That's cool. So here it gives a position of 0, and then it just does seek from 0, read these 5. Uh, oh, so it just keeps instead of I'm guessing automatically it changes like the seek of the file after you read 5, it'll move the cursor. But if you automatically, you know, move it, then so um position equals 0 while true. Um, f dot nope file dot seek Okay, sorry. My mother came in. Okay. Um, okay, yeah. So at the position, move cursor to there, and then we can C equals, I mean, I could just do what? We're reading 4 at a time. I'm guessing if not, C is just referring to if we don't have 4 characters to read, then we're just going to break out. And then we always just print C and move our position to the next place. Yeah. Position is not defined. Oh, because I misspelled it. F is not defined. Yeah, well, maybe I should say that that's file. C is not defined. Okay, yeah, because that's char. C is not defined. That's also char. Is there anything else here? Oh, I misspelled position again. Okay, we good? Okay, nice. It's gonna be a lot of scrolling, but see how we have like mole there. Anyways, so that's the thing, is that no matter what, it's gonna be consistent. Of 4 characters have to start with M-U-L, whatever, right? So the idea is if actually I can do it here because if not char, I want it to hit before I'm doing a calculation. If our char, right, is now I don't can you do if char is equal to mul print char? Can I do this? I don't know. I actually don't know if I can do this. Beautiful. Okay. So that doesn't mean that all of these are correct, right? Because there's going to be a multiply and then that stuff can be wrong. So so the idea is so we just check this constant, right? And then we can have a condition that is okay. So my whole thing was going to be you check character by character up to 3 characters. See, this is the weird thing. Is this has to be pattern matching, right? I wonder if from if char equals that, then I want to say file.seek position. How would I so like my char is equal to these next 4, right? So if I then said so like my position is still back here. So if I said like file dot seek file dot read 4. So if I did file dot seek and then I did position plus what? Plus 4 file dot read just the next character and then print that, right? Okay, nice. Let me look at the formatting because it looks like those are all numbers. Even here, they all look like numbers. But in this example, it's saying like, so like the first one's always going to be a number. But then after that, it's not guaranteed, I guess. But if there is a comma, then that first one will be a number again, and then there's no guarantee, is what it's looking like. So I would have to read, I'd have to get the contents from. So like yesterday, I'm just trying to think, I was just syntax. So like yesterday I did it where it was a dot something dot split dot I don't, what was it? Dot something dot split dot. Um, there was a dot split and there was a dot. How can I not think of this? Oh my God. Dot strip. So it was taking, but that's not like that's taking like a value. Okay. So the whole thing is that okay, now I move this forward. I file.seek forward wherever we are plus 4. So I get past this and I say, okay, if the so I would keep this. Um, the the next char is equal to file dot read this next one, right? Now I what in this if I'm doing a file dot seek position, so I'm moving this forward. So when I'm done, it's gonna end up being an else just move it. So if it's this, else I'll move the position. So if it's not equal to that, then I move the position by because if I check an if it's more, I'm just trying to see if there's something that would like an edge case that it's like, you know what? No. If it's equal to this, I would just skip to the end of that. So what I was gonna say is if it's equal to this, then what you would do after all this, like at the end of this, I would just say the position plus equals 4. But I'm already moving plus equals 4. So I think it's gonna be if I end up checking stuff and it's invalid, because I need to make sure that I go back to the end of this MLU thing, right? Oh no, it should be fine because if I go to MLU and then there's a number or there's not a number. Let's say it's not a number. Let's say it's MLU, M, LU, and then valid, right? Because that's what I'm thinking of right now. The position of the actual, like the pointer, would still be okay. So if it was MLU this, right? Because like in my head right now, it's like, what if it went like this again, but this was valid, right? And so it's like, okay, I moved the cursor forward in the file here. If I check this and it's not an integer, right? Which it actually has to be, but I'm still gonna do the check anyways. If it wasn't that integer, we wouldn't be moving the cursor at all, right? I wouldn't actually be moving the cursor. I would just be reading. So like beforehand when we were looking at the seek, the reason it was like skipping so much, um, the reason it was skipping so much, not seek, but whatever, it's because when you did like the dot read, it like that's the thing. Okay, okay, is that if I do a dot read by one, I'm pretty sure it does read and go forward, right? So I mean, I can just have a condition that if it's invalid, then I just move the position back, right? In that way. Yeah. Okay. So it's going to be if the next char if int next char times 0 equals 0, right? Meaning it's a valid character. See, now this is weird. If it's now a valid character, what I want to add it to like an array. Like I could do something where I do like first number. This is so this is so stupid because it's like I was gonna say I could do something where it's like on first repetition, right? Well, I mean, I guess if this is happening, I'm never gonna. The idea is I never get out of this until I'm done. So I could do something where it's like, if the next char times 0 is 0, meaning it's an actual integer, which again, if this isn't an integer value, then there should be an error. So I need like a try. And then the catch would be this isn't an integer. So I would do so I'd do position minus equals 1, right? And I do I have to do a break and a catch? I think so. I don't know. Because I think it's. Would I have to. Okay, let me just ask. Actually, is there a type of Python? Type. Type A would be a tuple, a list, a float, a float. Actually, I'm pretty sure I can just do this. If the type of next char, no, because I mean, oh, because I mean it's going to be a character, right? Okay, whatever. Yanking this again. We're attempting to multiply and multiplying 0 by this is inefficient. You don't say. Oh, there is no catch block in Pat. It's a okay. Wait, Python provides a method string.isDigit. What the Here's a better approach. If next char is digit, wow, that's it's kind of sick. File seek next char is that. So all I'm doing is um if my next character is a digit. I love libraries. Uh, See, the only thing about this is like, there's no way. Like, if I got asked like this question in a coding interview, you think they'd ever allow me to do an is digit? I don't know. Okay, so if it is a digit, right? By the way, my approach that I forgot to finish is that if I keep track of how many digits I'm in, right? Like before I get to a comma, I have like a count thing, and I'm like, oh, if number position is 0, we're in the tens place, so just plus this. If it's at 1 time, because we know it's only going to be the 3, so this isn't like I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Num pos equals 0. If it is a digit, then I'm going to say if num pos equals 0, then first number. I can't do that. Oh my God. No, it's going to be so much easier to just do an array. It's going to be so much easier. So if it is a digit, then first number dot append next int next char. Else the position is just going to get de-incremented because I want to go back one because it could be, yeah, valid from that point forward. Because if it was an M or something, um, so now the idea is that I would keep going if it kept being true and then true. So what I would do is I would do if next char is equal to a comma, right? Is not equal to a comma, then I do this. Else, this is so stupid. Else, if next char is equal to a comma, I do the exact same thing. I do the exact same thing, except I append it to the second number array. What would be the condition that, so we check if it is a comma or if it's not a comma at every point. But then there has to be an else. There has to be, oh my God, I'm doing this so bad. Okay. I mean, let's just take something for example. Let's use one of these examples. If we look at this, right, and we say, so we look at is chart. First, it sees if it's not a comma, and it's not a comma. So we say, is it a digit? It is a digit. So we append it, right? Then we go next. Is it a comma? Oh, but if it is a comma, I don't want to append this. I just want to go next. So if it is a comma, I just want to say position plus equals 1. That's what I want to do. The only thing here is I'm just checking this next thing. So this should be like within a while condition, right? Like I keep looking at the next char. Um, I mean, I could say another while true. And then I could just say, else um, if next char equals this, break. But the only issue with this is that if it never equals that, then we just stay in this forever. Okay, if it equals this, or if max count, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. The maximum time that we could be in here is for 10, no, 8, is for 8 characters. So if max count is ever equal to 8, then we want to break. And so the idea is after every time we go through this loop, we want max count to increment. Okay. This logic is just not efficient. So if next char is not equal to this, then we look if it's a... Actually, if it's not a digit, if it's not a digit, I want to move the position back and then just break out, right? Because I don't care. If at any point it is not a comma, right? So, okay, so this is how it would go. We read this and then we're like, okay, is this a digit? Well, first, is this not this? It's not that. So is it a digit? It is a digit. Append it, right? Then go back around. And then that file.seeks. Okay. Do I do this then? Wait, why was I doing that in the first place? Because doesn't dart read move that anyways? I want to check this Discord DM one sec. Okay. So, oh my god. The file.seek at position. And then we read 4 characters and then position just goes. Okay, so file.read doesn't actually push this forward, correct? Seek does. Seek is what does this, but when we read it, it doesn't push us anywhere. But it does. Because you read 5 and you just keep reading 5. Right? Oh, you keep oh, I don't know what I'm saying. You keep okay, but this wouldn't mean you don't move it, right? Because what's happening is position is you're like incrementing it. So then when you got back to the top, it would be like, oh, the file.seek position is moved back after read pushed it forward, right? So in this case, we just read off 4 and then it checks it and we'd already be there. So I don't think I need this. Because now, if it is so, then I want to say, okay, right? Let me print next char. Oh, I can't wait for the errors I'm about to get. Oh. What do you mean else isn't correct syntax? What? Wait, actually though, what is yeah, yeah, yeah. Like that's the problem, but oh, you can do multiple else ifs. Okay. Infinite printing. Okay, maybe because I'm already checking every single condition right here. If it's this or if it's this. That meets is, oh my God, bruh. Okay. It's not horrible. Thanks. Yeah, I think it is with the, oh, if it's not this. I think you just keep going. I think it is going to be something like I just check if each character is equal to a digit, right? Else, if it's equal to this, I simply just want to move the position. But I don't want to just move the position because now it's like actually, actually, I could just append it. I could just have the number array, right? This could make things a lot easier. Actually, it could also be a lot easier to do. If it's a if it's a digit, append it. If it's this, also append it. Okay, then I just do if this or right. If it's either of these, if it's a digit, the only problem if there's like multiple commas between, right? I can do that later with processing the array. That I don't really care about. So just append it. Um, else if we're ever at the closing bracket or we're at the max count, do that. And then well actually, okay, I wanted an else that said um else I mean just in the condition of anything else happening, it should just be like the position goes back by one. And then we break. Right? Whoa, what? Ah, that is true. Okay, so I don't want it like this. I want these separate. So I do want an else if this. If next char equals that, then I want to append this, but just um but not an integer. Just the next char. Let's try that. Interesting. Not that this fixes it, but um, so we're in an infinite loop still. Because we're checking if it's a digit, if it's that or it's that. But that wouldn't, there would be a point in which we would get to something that isn't that, right? I guess at some point maybe we wouldn't. I mean, honestly, max count should always increase, right? Fuck you, Avante. Bro. Okay. It's printing off. It's just repeatedly. The chart, the current condition is while loop keeps running as long as. Oh, wait, wait. Why do I keep doing this? I don't think this is right there. Okay, let's just say, right, I've now gotten through this whole file, and now I want to go. Well, actually, we make the number array, right? So I can just go message again. Okay. I'm trying to think. So at the end of this number, well, actually, the number array becomes, um, yeah. I mean, I guess what you could do is how it does like, oh, number dot append, blah, 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 blah. Um, is I could just make the number array in here, and then I append the array into the new array. So full, what do I want to call this? Valid mul. And at the end, I do a valid mul dot append number. And then when I'm done, print valid mul. Right, so now I just have all of these. If I scroll up to the beginning, three, 6, 3, 9, 7, 4. Okay. So now I want to make a function called mul. And mul will take in the x and the y. And it is going to. Do you have to specify Python functions? This looks bad for me. I don't think you have to specify a return type, right? Um, Python function return. Yeah, you don't. Okay. That's what I thought, but I just want to make sure. So then we'll return results. And so all it's going to be is result equals x times y. What a function, right? But now what I want to do is I want to do for each in valid this, right? Print each. Yeah. Okay. So the idea here is I keep taking digits and adding that to the x variable, whatever that will be, right? And then if it is not a digit, it means we're at the comma, meaning we'll just skip it. And then whatever is after that. So it can be like a toggle as well, right? So like just brainstorming here. For each of these, I can also say for num in each. Actually, print num. Make sure that my syntax here is correct. Yeah. So I can say um, I can say that for num in each. So I'm going one by one. And what I want to do is I want to take it is I want to take like um so I'll have 363. I want to take I just want to turn that into a number. Python array to number. No. Oh, is there a dot join? There is. But but oh my God. You know what I can easily do? For each, I can do nums equals int uh oh my God. I can see it in my head. It would be a slice split at space. So you know how you can do nums is equal to um like slice dot split, but I'd split it here, right? Print nums 0. Does this work? Syntax might be off here. Yeah. Slice each. Is that how that works? No. For line dot strip, line dot. Oh, okay. So it's each dot. Uh, Slice method, instead of slicing. Slicing is done syntax. If it's a list of, you're trying to split each by commas. Oh, it's not what I want. So this is going wait, this is going through that, and it's just saying for each value in that, if it's not equal to a comma. So filtered nums is equal to everything but the comma, which is not what I want. For each line. So xval is going to be equal to, so we're joining x for x in nums if x is not equal to comma. My God, what is this syntax? So the x value, and so then the y value would be equal to the exact same thing, but then 1. Print x, y. Sorry. In each. Unexpected string instance int found. But that's even simpler than this. Why wouldn't you just do the split index before? Wait. Why would you do all this if you could just... Am I tripping? If you did index equals each dot index, wouldn't the x value just be joining all elements? And then for each, up until the split, up until the index, sorry. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, that should be the absolute value of whatever this returns, right? Actually, I think it would be much better if this was the absolute value. Then you add all these up, right? Can't multiply for non-int. Okay, so just make it an int. Whoa. In what list is it not? What is it? Two three zero. Oh, meaning it did like mul and then it just had like a number. There was no. So I guess what you can do for that is if there's no index, then you just continue. Right? I don't care about it. So then instead of that, I can do summation of final results. Print. Oh, value, or no, just print the sum. Jesus, final results. This isn't gonna work. Answer's too high. Okay. I won't lie. I do not want to debug this shit. I do not. I really want to think it's something to do with like position and how it's being. I want to say it's this. I think this is pretty flawless, right? I was going through each of these and then getting the first and the last. Um, hate to be that guy. Do I even? Yeah, I don't need that. Um, talk with me. Come on now. Let's talk about it. But this isn't valid if I have four. Oh, right? You can only have. What did people do back in the day without ChatGPT? Sat here for hours? God, couldn't be me. I wonder what, like fleshing it all out and going through the logic. Like, I wonder, like, how horrible it is for me to be doing this. Just, like, instantly going here. I don't know. Because it's like, on one end of things, it's like, I don't think this will ever be going anywhere. So it's not like I'm, it's like outside of, um, I guess it just means because this is like low level stuff, right? So when you get to high level problems that like something like this can't solve, my debugging skills are probably horrible, right? I guess that's the downside. I just want to see. So we have a position. Yeah, everything's there. This will always be true. Okay. So we have our number. We have our max count. Let's also, yeah, let's separate some of this stuff out. So while max count is this, right? We want to read the next thing and we want to go forward. If next char is a digit, we want to append. If next char is a comma, we want to append. And if we get here, we get to the end. Else, reset and discard. Okay. Ah, so it agrees to get rid of this. Get rid of this. But when you're done with this, right? So still in this, in the we want to say, okay, if we have a comma in our number, we want to have a try block. So kind of like what we're doing down there. So where we do the index number, so we want to find so we're just moving up the whole thing down here into here. Okay, and what is this? If one is less than or equal to the length of our x value, or if this x value is less than or equal to 3, so this is the bounds checking, and 1. This is good, this is good. Then we'll do, then we'll append both of these. I like it. But if it's not, then we just pass. And then else we move our position forward. Yep. And then we have our multiplication. For each, all we have to do. Wait. Oh, yeah, because we're doing, yeah. So we don't need the try block anymore. We can just say, okay, our x val is equal to each, because each stores bop bop. Oh, wow, that's actually smart. You can store in this array, like each array element is 2 elements, and then you can just like set them later. Cool. And then the result will be equal to, oh yeah, I can just return. So the result is equal to multiplying our x value and our y value from the array. Um, and then our final results dot append is that result. And then we print and then just final result. All right, so the only things that changed here is that skipping of 4 spots in the position, and then this validation on bounds, and then just changing what I had down here into here for validity checking. So not a lot changed there. Except as invalid. Ah, because it's on the wrong level. We're in an infinite loop somewhere. Still in an infinite loop somewhere. All right. I'd assume it's in the while loop, in which I'm going to print in loop. But how would, if it's this, then you keep going. Oh, I guess I am wrong. You read this, you break. If not, if there's no next character, then we'll break. Really? I guess I'm just stupid. I would have thought this would not work. Is this not much higher than what my last one was? I guess not. Okay. I'm actually surprised my logic worked here. I mean, I needed a little bit of help with validating, but honestly, I did this part by myself. Didn't I mean pretty much I didn't know what this was at all, so that's actually pretty useful. The whole going through a file. And then did this by myself for the okay, this one I actually piggybacked hard off of, but Overall, not bad. Okay. As you scan through the corrupted memory, you notice that some of the conditional statements are still intact. If you handle some of the uncorrupted conditional statements in the even more accurate result, there are two new instructions you'll need to handle. The do instruction enables future. Only the most recent do or don't instructions apply at the beginning of the program. Mole 24. Don't. So then anything and then a do. Okay. That should be fairly simple little flip. Okay. So it's going to be the same thing, except I'm going to have a do add equals true. I guess do mul would be better. So addition, so at first it's true. So I'd assume here I can do and do mul, right? And then what I could do is every single position I go forward, I can quite literally just check if the next 4 or next 7 match do or don't exactly, right? So before I do anything, right, I'll have an if. So at this very beginning, I look at the first 4 characters. I kind of want to rename this. So instead of saying this is char, um, call it 4 char or 7 char. File.read 7. But here's the thing. If you do a file.read, right? Does file.read push the cursor forward? So if I did file.read 4, then the next line 7, I'm assuming it's looking at the 7 after those first 4. Okay. So file.seek that. I mean, what I could literally do is set this back. So after I read it, I just say file.seek position. No. Well, position -4, and then I read it, and then I just do a position, and then I do a file.seek position -7, right? No, -3. -3. Because I want to go back to being +4, because all my logic is for being in that +4 state. But what I can do now is that my 4 char and 7 char are the first 4 characters in those first 7. And then ideally, when everything's shifting, it should be getting those. And so what I want is I want to say, okay, if 4 char is equal to the string of do, then do_mul equals true. Else if 4 char equals no. I don't have to. I can just do an else. Like, do I need to do? I don't know if it's like down here. It's like a pass. Python pass is used as a placeholder. When the pass statement is executed, nothing happens. Yeah. But what does continue do? Python continue. Hmm. I'll just leave it on pass for now. I don't think it really matters. And then if 7 char equals don't. Oh. Now, the only thing is now if I set it to false, right? I don't know, then it's just gonna go forward by 1, right? Negative seek position. Oh, that would work. That would in fact work. Who would have thought? Sick. Goose egg. So, this doesn't seem right. Why? Oh, it's because my logic will end up like skipping stuff, right? I know it's this positioning shit, bro. I was trying to think. Because I would assume file.seek. I still don't understand how, like here, okay, right? My position is 0. And so I read these first 4 characters. So 4 chars those 4 characters. Then I do a file.seek 8 characters ahead. So now it's 8 characters ahead. And I do a file.read 7. Is that not now reading 7 characters after that? I would assume what I'm trying to do after I read these is a file.seek -4. I'm just going back to what I've already read, right? And I'm saying, okay, 7 char equals the next 7. And then I just don't move this at all. But then it's saying I'm at a negative. In what world am I at a negative? File.read 4 pushes this 4 ahead. And then I'm saying, okay, file.seek, let's go back 4. Yeah, that is true. So I don't want position -4. I just want to file.seek position again. How is that a final result 0? I can't be far off. I can't be far off. How is that incorrect behavior? Oh my God. I know it has advanced, but I don't want it to advance, bro. Oh my God. No, I am stupid because I'm getting this all mixed up. The actual position is not changing. So even though, yes, it's saying no, 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 no. Because when I go here, maybe I'm not. Because when I go here, right? Oh, uh, I have 10 minutes before I have to go do something. Bro, I have been live for 2 hours doing an advent of code. Day 3. This isn't motivation to continue this series, so I'm not a bum at coding. Don't know what it is. I don't know how this isn't right, to be completely honest. It has to be I don't understand how seek and position is like working. Read the first 4, okay? Easy. Save the current position, right? For resetting after reading 7 characters, sure. Then we read those 7 characters to check for a don't. Then we reset. We do a file to seek the current position. Then we check. Is this not what I was doing the whole time? If it isn't, then I don't know. I thought this was flawless logic. If this works, I'm going to be so mad. Final result 0. Why? Could you imagine if this is actually zero? I mean, I can try it. That'd be crazy. Yeah, let's do this. Because it would make no sense. It's flipping in loop. And then it prints this like so many times. Meaning it's not mul. I actually am like this is insane. His being, oh my God, bro. Stupid ass fucking chat GPT. Wait, no, that's fine. You know something I should also be doing? Um, Just do in number, blah, blah, blah. We never even get to that block. Whoa. Whoa. That's a little crazy. Nah. Yeah, I'm sure this will be so clean. Okay, right here. Do mole is true and 4 char. Whoa. Why would that never trigger then? Okay, no, we're in the loop. Honestly, let's print number. Number's not being populated. Print next char. M. It's looking at this. File.seek. Position +4. File seek position for char. This is so weird. Let's go back to before I did any of this. Okay. File seek. Read that. If not, detect and toggle. If for char equals do, then it's true. Then you advance the position by 4 after checking that. I mean, I'll try this, and then I'll look back and see if it even works. Oh, so what is even different here? Detect don't. So after we've processed everything, we go back to the. But wait. So if it's do, right? The only problem I have with this, right, is we say a while true, and we say if it's equal to do, then we toggle it to true. Else, so is this a different else if? No. So this is just what I don't understand though. Is like let's say like instantly it's a don't. Let's say the first 7 letters is that. So it's not do, right? So if the 4 first letters is that and it's already true, oh, we're gonna add it, right? But what if? Oh, but then that's actually perfect logic. Yeah, no, that's perfect logic. Because let's say the first 4 characters were DON apostrophe, right? Well, it's not MUL um opening bracket or whatever you want to call it. So then it's going to go down after it's checked both these conditions. and it's just going to reset our position before we increment it by one, and it's going to say, okay, are these next seven ones equal to don't? And if it was, then oh, let's toggle it. So yeah, this is 100% the answer. I was gonna say I had to put my life on it, but probably shouldn't do that. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to pause my recording and come back and do LeetCode because I need to go do some stuff for like an hour, hour and a half. So I'll be back. Um, but yeah, um, hopefully, I hate using ChatGPT this much. It's so bad. But I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying but. I shouldn't be using it this much. I don't know what like the alternative is though. Maybe I shouldn't say that either. That's kind of stupid. Um, but it's like, okay, let's say I didn't use it. I would have spent like 5 hours today on Avid of Code. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. I learned a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff. I learned a lot of stuff about being able to go through files. I learned a lot of stuff about like um with arrays and like going through arrays and some like splitting and like looking at different parts and concatenating like a lot out of this question. But I don't know. I Would I have learned more if I took the time to debug this without any outside help? I don't know. I think the only thing I could have gained from doing that is like just good debugging experience. But that is valuable. So I guess what's more valuable, like debugging experience or my time? I don't know. So, but I'll be back. For me, it'll be hours. For you, it'll be seconds. Ah, I'm back. It's been hours, quite literal hours. And I came back and I didn't even unpause right away. I watched the Primogen doing today's advent of code. It made me feel very sad that it took me 2 hours to do this because he did it in, I mean, it took him like half an hour, but he did it all in macros, as in like regex in Vim. So just like recording a macro so that it takes like the whole text file and like edits it down to just the number. Kind of sick. I won't lie. Wait, I'll mute this. And this was the input that I dealt with today. And he recorded a macro, so you just pressed it and it filtered everything to the answer. Sick. That's sick. Okay. Anyways, we're done with this. I'm just going to do. I think I'm only gonna do one leak code today. Sorry. I need to do some stuff tonight. I want to get dinner and whatnot. Um, so yeah. So only one tonight, which is the last one, which I really hope is not terrible. Okay. We're dealing with list nodes. You're given the head of a singly linked list in a positive integer k. You must reverse the first k nodes. Okay, so we're given an integer k. We must reverse the first k nodes in the linked list, and then reverse the next k code. Oh, that's disgusting. That is literally the problem of reverse linked list, but over and over and over again. If there are fewer than k nodes, leave the nodes. Okay, that's good. Return the modified list. The modified list? One second. Does that mean return head? Return cur? Okay, never mind. Wait, does anyone? I'm not looking. 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 When it does return cur, cur is. I saw return cur, so I'm just going to assume because you know the ones where you have to like do it all within. within you have to like return the list that you were given. That's just like actually there's no return on this. I wonder if I run it right now if there'll be a return. Okay, no, there's not. So that's good. So the example is so like here it'd be what 3, 2, 1, and then 6, 5, 4. Here it would be yeah. Okay. Like so like I would say immediately, not immediately, but there would be a condition that before I do all this logic, you want to make sure that head dot next dot next dot next exists, right? So you could do like if head dot next dot next dot next. If not head dot next dot next dot next. Just return head, right? What do you oh dot val? Invalid syntax. Weird. Why? I really don't want to already ChatGPT, but I don't understand why I can't do if the value. Well, I shouldn't even have to do the value. It's just if the head dot next dot next dot next doesn't exist, right? And return whatever. I won't worry about this right now. So the logic here is just to do a reverse linked list, um, but only for the k elements. And then once you do that, just move on to the next k elements. Check. So I mean, it is like you want to check like while. Can you really not do while? Oh, I guess while head dot next dot next dot next, right? And then return head. God damn. You really know how to kill my vibe. But, if we did a test case of 4, right? That'd pass. See? Right? I'm just saying, that'd pass. Okay. I also wonder if let me just look at the test cases one more time. Um I want to make sure that .x is good. And so the test case would be given 3. If I was given 4, it'd be fine. It wouldn't be fine, sorry. And if I was to give it, oh no, no, that tests it then. Okay, good. So while there is this, I want to perform a reverse linked list up until it, right? And then, yeah. So how you do a reverse linked list is you have to have three values, right? You need to have previous, the next, and the current, right? So like the whole idea is like on here, you want to take one and you want to take dot next and you want to make dot next the head and one the tail. Or yeah, wait. You want to take that node and you just want to take that and you want to like take it away. And then you want to add that as the tail to what is, right? Oh, I always forget how to like do this. It's like for so while this, but also there has to be a condition of like usually when you're doing this, you want to do it while like current while current, right? Until you wipe out current. But current here is I think I need to make a new current, right? No. I just need to do like a four count. No, not a four count. Uh I guess for count in range of K, right? So I'm only gonna go through this K amount of times. But that wouldn't make sense. What am I trying to do here? Let's draw this out. So I want to say, given a list of 1, 2, 3, and 4 with a K equals 3, I want to, get 3, 2, 1, 4. And the way I'm going to do this is reversing up to here. So I want to just perform on this. I was gonna think because usually you just take, it's like you take, okay, we take this and we store it somewhere, right? And then we remove it. So now our new list is 2, 3, 4, right? And then we say the dot next value is that. But now all of a sudden we have this 4 there. And we don't want that. So we only want to perform it on these three elements. That's the weird part. Um, so what? I guess I could manually, like, because we know it's a finite number that we're doing, and I'm assuming it's always going to be decently small. I could have some type of like I store this and then I rebuild this node by node. So instead of just taking the tail, I form the tail, if that makes sense. So instead of just doing like the new one is equal to dot tail and then I do dot next equals that one that we just took off, I say I take the first one off and then I say um like dot dot next, like the head value is equal to, equal to that. And then I just keep taking dot values until I get to K. And then I'm only dealing with this list now. But then I need a pointer still to say like when I'm done with that. Or no, I think current I can still edit down to what I want. And then at the end, I'll just attach whatever is in current if there is anything in current and return that. Right? So the idea here um is that so for one will just be stored away, right? This is um our previous value. Just in itself right now. Just that node. And then instead of taking dot tail, I take dot next, right? And I make this new list that says, okay, dot next. Are we at K? No, we're not. So we're going to take the head of the tail again. 3. Are we at K? And it's like, yes, reattach previous. Right. And then I can just take this new array that new whatever that we had, and I can take away the 2. And now we just have 3 and 1. Right? Did I do this backwards? Because it should be 3, 2, 1. I did this. Oh, wait. No. Maybe I'm messing up how you do a linked list reverse. I thought it was you did that. Because if I put the 1 there, right? Oh, no, 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 no. You don't put the 1. Sorry. You put the 2 there. One is, okay, wait. 1 is our previous. And then we add the 2, and 3 is still there. And then we stop because we're at K. We don't add the 1 back in. We're going to be adding to the 1. So then now that we have this, it'll end up being 2 is now our new head with the 1 because it's previous. So then this will just become 3, and then 3, 2, 1. Right? And now this is that, and then I would do a, dot append to the rest of current, and so then this would become that, and then we would just return it, and that would be correct. How do we code that? That is a lot of moving variables. God, it's crazy. My door gets knocked on like 50 times a day. I don't know. So this, whatever. There's so much going on in my head right now. I don't know. Let's just. I know we need a previous value. I know we need like a next value. I won't lie. I'm just gonna look up reverse linked list. So we initialize the current and then a previous. I, it's been a long day. I've been coding since like 7:30 a.m. My brain is just mush. Okay. So current head, previous none. The only thing about defining this outside, yeah, I guess it's fine. I'll figure it out. Okay. So the next node here. Let me just take all of this and we'll decipher it as we go. Why am I? So see, but it's not going to be while current is none, right? It's going to be this, but that's not like the higher. Like this is, I need a count. I need like a while count does not equal k, right? So I'll have a count at 0 or at 1. I guess 0 because I'm saying not equal. Um, do all this and then increment count. Um, so this is, but the logic here is wrong because this is reversing. This is taking a dot next, right? So it's like, okay, store next, right? But dot next is um the entire thing. So, but I only want the dot next dot val. Is that even a thing? I always forget. Dot next dot val. Is that like a thing? Mhm. Okay. I think it's good though. I understand that this wants it to be a list node, but my logic here is not wrong, right? Like the dot next would be 2 all the way here, and I don't want all that. I just want these two. My brain's mush. I want to just kind of look at something. Current group 0 while current and group 0 is less than k. Increment that. Current equals current dot next. Yeah. If group equals k, then current equals recursive on the whole thing. Wait, whoa. If the group is equal to k, meaning if we are now at the next group, so kind of like what I'm trying to do, then we pass through. Whoa. 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 Wait. K is always going to be passed through. But you're saying current is equal to head. And then we have a while loop that while current's not nothing and our current group is less than the value of K, we are going to just make current its next node in tail. And then we're going to increment the group. Now, if the code is equal to K, if the group is equal to K, then we're going to recursively call everything with the updated head, which is current, and K. This is what I don't understand. Is if the group is equal to K, you recursively call and then you do this. When do you ever hit this? Like if you recursively call it, my brain's fried. Okay, I need help here. This is a problem for a fresh brain in the morning. Okay, consider a list. Okay, the first call, head equals 1, group equals K. Whoa. If head equals 1, what does this mean? If, okay. What does this even mean? On the first call, where head equals 1, right? Group equals K. I don't think so. I don't understand why it phrased it like that. I mean, it would go through this loop until it got to 3, right? Or it'd be at 0 and then it'd go up until 2, actually. I don't get how this also doesn't break if this isn't empty and group is less than k. So group can never be 3. It can only be 2. So then you go here and you're like, oh, if group is equal to k, well, it's not. Or I'm just fucking an airhead. I don't know. Initialize to 0. Well, current points to node 1. Current dot next moves current to 2. Group increments to 1. Current points to node 2. Current dot next goes to 3 and goes to 2. Current points to 3. Oh. It still increments it because it's at 2. Yeah, I am an airhead. Group now equals this, so the loop exits. So current equals node 4. Yup. Which leads to the head of the next group, which then calls another iteration of itself, starting at the new one. Oh, whoa. Wait, it's clicking. It's clicking. So it is taking it everything at a time by calling it recursive after it gets through the k amount of elements. Okay. I won't lie. Sue me. My head is just slush right now. But I mean, the point is that I understand linked lists. I'll end up coming after I'm done with all NeetCode. I'm gonna come back through and do like a hard 75. So I'm sure I'll see something like this again, but never leak coding this late at night again. Nope. I mean, it makes sense and it's smart. Um, I won't lie. I still am fuzzy in the head about how you do this like this recursive call, and then as it's doing that recursive call, it goes back through this, and so this is obviously just the basic reverse thing. So while group is greater than 0, um, so we incremented group to 3, right? And so now it's going to go through that until it gets down to 0. So it's going to have 3 iterations of saying, okay, temp equals head dot next. Head dot next is equal to our current thing. So, and then current equals head equals our temporary thing, decrement the group, right? We're just doing a reverse linked list. And then when we're done with all of that, our head is going to equal our current, which is still that recursive thing just messes my head up. I'm going to say in the morning, review the last LeetCode done and watch the video Um, Advent Code. I liked Advent Code today. I learned a lot. Um, I'll see about that. Okay. Um, Today wasn't the best day. I mean, I got a lot done, like in the morning for my project. Um, but yeah, I will literally, I will cut it off after the admin of code if this ever happens again because this was just a waste of time to do that leak code. Um, oh my God. Especially a hard one. Maybe if it was an easier medium, but it was the last one in the linked list fucking playlist. So yeah, I will be back tomorrow for day 5. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to think about what we're gonna do tomorrow because I need to work on the project. But I mean, I might work tonight. It's gonna be shit work, but I mean, at least I can do some stuff tonight. So I'll do some work tonight on it, and then tomorrow I might finish that up, that web programming project, and then um, maybe discrete math studying tomorrow. Actually, I also need to work on my project for how computers work. Yeah, it's a lot to do. So, so yeah, I'll figure it out in the morning. But I'm tired. I want to go eat and relax, and then work on making these PRs. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye.